When your son or daughter is about to enter college and a first car is in order, something small and easy to maintain comes to mind. Now, this incoming college student would want a vehicle with a little bit more street cred, and that's where the Honda City RS comes in. In this video, we check out what makes the 2021 Honda City RS the perfect vehicle for the sporty first-time driver. Let's do this! Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to another car review and drive impression. If you're new to my channel guys, I hope you subscribe to my channel and become part of the Reagan's Rides family. If you're a subscriber already, thank you so much for your support by watching this video. I also hope that you give it a like. Also, special thanks to Honda Manila for giving us this awesome opportunity to feature the all-new Honda City RS. If you're near the area and you want to check out the Honda lineup, you may head on down here and visit Honda Manila. If you have any other inquiries guys, you may also contact the person in my description below. Now you may wonder why I tagged the Honda City RS as a perfect starter car for a college student. Well, my sister's first car was a Honda City, which she got as a gift on her 18th birthday. It was a choice between an 18th birthday coming out debut party or a brand new car, and my sister, being the true gearhead that she is, decided to go for the brand new car. It was a 99 Honda City Type Z, and it was a fantastic car to drive because it's so easy to maneuver around the city, plus it's quite sporty as well. It's also quite easy to maintain, guys. Now, this 2021 all-new Honda City RS retains its sporty appeal to young drivers out there, and the great news there, guys, is Honda has beefed it up with more amenities and safety features. The pricing of this baby is also quite attractive because this top spec Honda City RS retails for 1,048,000 Philippine pesos. Now that may seem like a little bit on the top end, especially when you compare it to, let's say, a micro city car or a mini crossover. But guys, let's remember that the Honda City is still the larger vehicle, and it also offers you more amenities and safety features. The all-new City has grown in dimensions to the point that it's actually bigger than the Honda Civic from 2 decades ago. It also looks like a smaller version of the current Civic now, especially this top spec RS trim, because of its sporty front fascia. You also get these futuristic looking full LED array for your headlights. It also has LED DRLs here, and the top spec RS trim gets LED fog lights over there at the front bumper. You also get this RS specific front grille right here that is so sporty and badass. And for good measure guys, they also added this design cue here, a blacked out design cue that resembles a mustache for that added macho appeal. You also get this RS badge here, which apparently in Honda speak means road sailing and rather than rally spec. But personally guys, I would prefer it to be rally spec because it sounds more badass. For some reason, road sailing reminds me of Sailor Moon. Now you also get this faux carbon fiber front lip here in the top spec RS trim that adds more to its sporty appeal. Overall, the front fascia of the Honda City RS reminds me of the Civic RS because it looks so sporty, badass, but the only difference there, guys, is the City RS gets a shorter hood and a larger windshield that is unique to the Honda City. The Honda City RS gets some notable changes from its predecessor, like for example, the placement of your side mirrors. The previous generation had the side mirrors on the window corners here, but this current generation now has the side mirrors on the doors. Now it might seem like a minor change, but moving the side mirrors from the window corner to the doors actually improve on your aerodynamics. The top spec RS trim also gets this blacked out side mirrors here with LED side repeaters over there. Now for your wheels and tires, you get 16 inches in this top spec RS that are wrapped in 185/55 R16 tires. Now that may seem like a bit on the skinny side, but those skinny tires will help you with your fuel economy. Now the econo-car nature of the Honda City is also prevalent in the brakes because even this top spec trim gets ventilated disc brakes up front but only rear drum brakes at the back. For ground clearance, you have around 134 millimeters, which is perfectly normal for a subcompact sedan. Now the rear end of the Honda City RS gets some awesome and sporty design cues that is really floating my boat, guys. I mean, wow, this gets a mini ducktail spoiler here that is finished in gloss black, and it ties together well with the faux carbon fiber rear diffuser that's found here at the bottom part of the rear bumper. You also get a glossy black shark's fin antenna there, and it really comes together in a nice, cohesive, complete look, guys. Plus, add to that, you also get these nice glossy black design here on top of your taillights that when you put it together in this white paint job, I mean, wow, this Honda City RS looks really sporty, guys, and I'm really liking the look. Now, the top spec RS gets LED taillights, and the taillight housing is gorgeously designed as well. I mean, I love how they made it look like this. I mean, wow, this is truly upscale and premium looking, guys. Now, the cherry on top, you also get an RS badge here at the back to remind everybody that you're leaving in your wake that, well, you are driving a Honda City RS. Now, when you pop open the trunk, you'll get one of the class leaders in the subcompact sedan category when it comes to trunk space. The Honda City can give you 506 liters of trunk capacity. Now, to know what that translates to in, let's say, luggage, I brought with me my medium-sized luggage right here. This is my trusty medium-sized luggage, and let's see how many of these babies can fit inside the trunk of the City. So when you put it here, you could see that it could easily swallow my medium-sized luggage. I could even position it like this so that you could fit 1, 2, and a third one right there. So 3 across like that, and you got some more space at the sides for some smaller items. So wow, the Honda City RS, it's sporty and practical. So for me, that's a certified winner. Now, one of the biggest news that came out from Honda Thailand is the fact that, well, their Honda City makes use of a torquey 1-liter turbocharged mill that unfortunately we don't get here. Well, at least this City still has VTEC, yo. Now, this motor is a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder VTEC engine that's good for 119 horses at a screaming 6,600 RPM and 145 Newton meters of torque. This motor is also now a double overhead camshaft as opposed to the single overhead camshaft that the previous generation got. The City RS also gets a CVT transmission, but at least you get paddle shifters for those simulated gear changes. You can opt for a 6-speed manual in your Honda City, but you'll have to go down to the base trim. Oh well, too bad. Now, the sporty design theme of the City RS continues on inside the cockpit, and guys, I'm really liking this cockpit, guys. I mean, wow. Check out the seats. These are leather seats that have Alcantara or suede inserts in the middle, and this suede material is pretty similar to the ones that you'd find in typical racing seats. Now, these are not your typical race seats or sport buckets, but still, the design of these seats are really fantastic, guys. I wouldn't even put any seat covers on these things because these babies are meant to be seen as it is. I mean, wow, these are some pretty gorgeous seats. And I must say, guys, I'm quite used to Honda giving their Econo Car option some really Econo seats that are stiff, thin, but that's no longer the case here in the Honda City RS. As I'm sitting here, wow, these seats are pretty cushy. They're still on the firm side, but they're no longer thin feeling, if you get what I mean. So yeah, these are really great seats, guys. Now, for your steering wheel, another plus for the City RS. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather, and you've got contrast red stitching here, and the stitching is pretty gorgeous, guys, and the girth is meaty. Wow, this is what a proper sporty steering wheel should look and feel like. You've got some nice thumb rests here, and wow, this is really a thick, meaty, girthy leather-wrapped steering wheel, and I am loving this. I mean, wow, all sporty type vehicles should come with this kind of a steering wheel. You also have your usual plethora of buttons here, and you have your paddle shifters for those simulated gear changes because, well, this baby is still on a CVT. Now, if only they gave the City RS trim a 6-speed manual option, now that would be really bonkers, guys. For your instrument gauges, you don't get any fancy schmancy digital gauges here. The City RS still rides on analog gauges, but I believe that these are really fancy looking because, well, guys, the red theme, the sporty red theme still continues on in your instrument gauges. Now, another notable design here is the engine start button. So the RS trim gets an engine push start button, and this is no ordinary like plasticky engine start button here. Rather, it looks like it's finished in glossy metallic finish. And I love how when you step on the brake and you're about to start the engine, this thing throbs. Like, watch it there. See, it's throbbing like it's just ready to go, guys. It's ready to give you that sporty drive that you're really, really looking for. Now, another good upgrade in the city is the fact that you now get an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system here that has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Oh yeah! You also got these nice buttons, physical buttons on the side for your home, your back, volume controls, and power buttons, which are really a thoughtful touch from Honda, because it's really tough to maneuver and tinker around in your infotainment screen while you're driving this thing at full clip. So it's a good thing that you've got some physical buttons here for your most important functions. You also have a climate control system here that is fully automatic, and several charging ports here, a couple of USB ports and a 12-volt outlet. And you also have, well, your couple of cup holders here that are a little bit on the tiny side. And I don't think I'd be able to do my clean canteen test in these cup holders because of the placement. You see the climate control system, the stack is jutting out. So I couldn't put my clean canteen here, and regardless, it still doesn't fit, guys. So yeah, I would say this is a fail for the clean canteen test of the cup holders up front. Now you get your gear shifter here that has some piano black finishes here. Not too iffy, not too, it's okay. I mean, at least it's a small segment of the center stack. And you also have your traditional handbrake here. No electronic parking brake, not really a big issue. This is still a sporty subcompact sedan, and I would prefer to have, a manual handbrake here. Now, when you look at the dashboard trim, normally you'd expect from an econo car, like a subcompact sedan, like the City, that it will be finished in hard plastics. The good thing here, guys, that's not the case. The hard plastics that we saw, let's say in the smaller Honda Brio, it's not present in the new City RS. These are soft touch plastics, still plastics though, but they're pretty soft touch. And you've got nice leather inserts here on your door panel, and a nice leather padded armrest here. And it has red stitching as well. And you also have a gorgeous padded leather strip here on the passenger side. So that adds more to that upscale flavor of this City RS. Wow. The whole cockpit feel, it has that really nice sporty vibe to it. It feels like you're really ready to go and gun this at top speed, guys. Well, just make sure you keep within the speed limit. Anyway, let's hop over to the back seat and see what kind of space and toys we can find in the back seat of the City RS. Now, the back seats of the Honda City RS is quite spacious, and I'd expect it to be so because Honda are a bit of a master when it comes to coming up with a really nice and commodious interior space. Having said that, guys, as you can see, I'm 5'6", and my headroom is around 4 or 5 inches, 4 inches to go before I touch the headliner. It's actually pretty decent, guys, for a subcompact sedan. And this is my driving position here, guys. As you can see, I got a good amount of knee room here. I'm calculating around 9 inches before my knee touches the back of the driver's seat. And for leg room there, it's also pretty decent, guys. I also like the fact that the center tunnel here is quite low, so that should mean that, well, the third passenger here in the second row won't have a hard time sitting in the middle. And speaking of third passenger, the City can accommodate a third passenger in a pinch, but this would be more comfortable just for 2 passengers right here. Now, the good thing there is Honda also knows that the owners, the drivers of the City RS would have a lot of friends. And that means that we've got a good amount of toys that can be found here at the back seat. You've got the all-important rear AC vents here because we live in a tropical country, and you got a couple of 12-volt outlets here for charging duties at the back. Funny that they gave 2 12-volt outlets here instead of a USB port, but well, at least you still get charging ports at the back. You also get a center armrest here in the middle and a couple of cup holders, which we will do our clean canteen test because, well, I wasn't able to do that in the front because of the placement of the cup holders there, but we'll see that how it performs here at the rear end. So I've got my clean canteen here, and this is the funny part, guys. You got a couple of cup holders but one cup holder is large enough to pass my clean canteen test. As you can see, it fits. But the other cup holder is small. It's almost like the size of an espresso cup, and it really won't fit, well, my clean canteen test. So that means that this is a semi-pass, semi-fail, guys. So the good thing there is you also get ISOFIX anchors here, just in case you've got some, babies with you. But yeah, overall, the backseat space of the Honda City RS is a pretty decent place to stay in. But I don't know about you guys, I'm quite ready. Let's take this sporty City RS out for a drive to see how it handles and performs on the road. Let's go. Alright guys, so we're now behind the wheel of the Honda City RS, and first up, I'm gonna tell you more about the seats, guys. As I mentioned, Honda normally gives you econo seats for your econo boxes, but that's not the case here. The seats are firm, but sporty firm, and I like that I got a good amount of lumbar support and some bolstering also to the sides of my body. I mentioned that these are not sport seats, but yeah, the bolstering is more aggressive than your standard regular seats that you can find in other econo sedans or subcompact sedans out there. So yeah, these are pieces of good news. I love the seats, guys. The Honda City's seats are really great. Now when it comes to visibility, well, the visibility is what you'd expect from a sporty subcompact sedan, and that's actually just pretty good, decent. Not really like outstanding like what you'd find, let's say, in a crossover, but still, you have to adjust, guys. This is a subcompact sedan. And you've got a windshield that's quite raked back and the decent sized windows on the side also. So it's pretty good, it's okay. Now the good thing about the Honda City RS, and the thing that I love about Hondas in general, is the driving ergonomics. This baby's driving ergonomics is pretty good. I mean, you don't really have to look for whatever you need to look for. Everything just falls in its proper place. Another notable change also in this generation City is the fact that you get a little bit more safety features in your City RS. This baby now has six airbags. You got the airbags, of course, for your front passenger, the driver. You've got side airbags, and you've got curtain airbags as well. So you got six airbags. You also have a vehicle stability control, something that should keep the car more stable whenever you're taking corners at a fast clip. And you've also got your standard ABS. So yes, the City RS is safer than the other cities of the previous generation, and that's pretty much a good thing, guys. Another thing that you might expect in, let's say, a subcompact sedan because of its econo car nature is the NVH levels might not be that good, but that's also not the case for the City RS. I don't hear anything from the outside. This baby feels so solid, guys. It feels solid. It feels good. I like the fact that the seats are really hugging me well. And well, I'm an average Asian build, so maybe larger guys might find it a little bit more of the pinchy side than I do, but well, as it is, it's perfect for me. Now, the steering wheel, I love it as well. I love the way these, the meaty steering wheel feels. I don't know if you've been noticing, but I've been caressing this baby ever since I've started this drive impression. Alright, let's try it for a little bit of an acceleration run. I'm in normal mode right now. Let's go. Alright, so the City RS, despite the sporty trim, the sporty nature, still drives like, well, a car with a CVT. And that means that you could hear the engine noise quite loudly, as if it's really gunning it, but it's not really translating to speed, guys. So it doesn't really hurry in terms of straight line acceleration. Granted, I am in normal mode. This baby has a sport mode, so let's try it also in sport mode and see if it can deliver a little bit more of the goods in sport mode. Let's just wait for the traffic to clear up though. Alright, we're in sport mode now. Let's try it for a quick burst. Yeah, okay, that was a quick burst. And yes, in sport mode, guys, well, the engine noise comes in a lot quicker than in normal mode. But it doesn't really translate also to speed. Again, that's another drawback of a CVT transmission. I'll try it again here. Yeah. Sorry man, no can do. It is still faster than some of the other budget crossovers and city cars out there. But can't really compare it to, let's say, something like the bigger brother, the Civic RS, or even something more expensive like the Type R. Of course, can't really compare this with that. Yeah, but you know what, guys? As much as I'm ribbing this baby because of that that CVT tuning of this city, that's not actually a bad thing. And let me tell you why. I'm saying this city is really good for people who are just starting to drive, starting to learn how to drive and all that. So imagine if you've got a speed demon in the hands of a first-time driver. Wow. That is a recipe for disaster, guys, and I don't think you'd want to do that. Now, another thing that I like about this Honda City is how easy it is to drive. That's the exact term, guys. It is so easy to drive. It is so effortless. You know, the steering feel is nicely weighted but not too heavy. It's just right. You know, Honda really also knows how to tune their steering wheels, and everything just feels so natural. You don't really have to look and fumble around for things and check your blind spots and all that, because this thing, I don't know, guys, it's so effortless. This is pretty much like the epitome of what a city car should be. But unlike most other city cars that have a boring look, this baby injects a little bit more excitement into your drive on a daily basis. And that, for me, my friends, that is a good thing. It won't give you any headaches trying to operate this thing. It's like drive and go. And honestly, with all of those newfangled tech and driving aids coming out, sometimes having a vehicle that is so easy and simple to drive could be a breath of fresh air. Something that we all just need. The Honda City RS is God's gift to sporty drivers who want a small and nimble sedan with ample amenities and street cred. While hatchbacks and crossovers are the typical choices at this price segment, the Honda City RS proves to everybody that the sporty subcompact sedan is here to stay. Once again, thank you guys for watching one of my car reviews. If you like this review, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. I promise you guys I'll make it worth your while if you subscribe to my channel. I'm Reagan, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.